stolen Lego collection, a dying father, a police cover-up, a cult, a fake company called We Steal From Old People, multiple lawsuits, a lottery, and somehow this video is an hour long and I watched every second. And not because I like Lego. It's because Reckless Ben may have accidentally created a masterclass on how to create the perfect YouTube video. So I spent hours breaking down what he's doing, because if you understand this video and this formula, you'll understand how to make a video on YouTube that's impossible to click away from. I hope you're sticking around because you are following along with the Reckless Ben saga like I am. I'm trying not to make another recap video like everybody else. I'm strictly telling you, as someone who produces YouTube channels for clients every day and studies the algorithm and studies what to actually do, not only with the algorithm in the upload, but what to actually do in your video, which is what Reckless Ben does. That's what I do for clients. And I think Reckless Ben with this Lego video has done it to, perfection. He never lets you get comfortable. Every 2 to 4 minutes, a new problem, a new twist, a new obstacle, a new reveal, a new mission, a new character, a new villain, a new plan. And the intro is built like a movie trailer. It's the first 50 seconds and he gives us world's largest Star Wars collection, which we'll get to in a minute, $200,000 in value. People love when you make videos about money, especially when you talk about that money getting taken away from somebody. It was stolen, people are involved, father doesn't know, son is desperate, Reckless Ben promises to get it back. All of these open-ended loops to bring you in and to make you invest in a personal story. In under a minute, he gives us stakes, the $200,000, emotion, the father's health, mystery, where is this collection, mission, get it back, and our villain, which is bricks and minifigs. Now, I'm gonna be watching the video as I'm talking to you guys so I can stop it and say, okay, here's what he's doing right here that you didn't see.
Lego Star Wars collection, the entire thing got stolen. Here, world record Star Wars collection back.
Act 1 ends with our clear goal. Until I get our entire Star Wars collection back. Now he's gonna say Star Wars collection multiple times throughout the video. He's gonna say world's largest Star Wars Lego collection, or Lego collection, or Star Wars Lego collection. He's doing this because the algorithm, YouTube, hears what you're saying. By hearing what you're saying, it hears what the video is about and knows what audiences to push it towards. In this case, it was pushing it towards anybody that was a fan of Lego or Star Wars or anybody watching anything about the world's largest whatever. So you'll hear that way past the point where we need to remember that it's the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection. But he's doing it to train the algorithm to show where to push it, at least in the beginning. In the beginning, this video started out with just people that watched anything on Star Wars Legos collections or world's largest things. And then as they liked it, it got shared to more and more audiences. So him saying that over and over again, as annoying as it is, actually helps the video. It's also not the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection. He's just using it because it's a key qualifying term that gets you to click and gets you to keep watching. Your local Amazon fulfillment center has more Legos in it than, the world's largest Lego collection. So it's just a keyword he keeps using over and over again to train the algorithm to push the video where he wants it to be pushed. Another thing I noticed is he does not linger on a shot. Yes, he created this amazing Lego animation intro, but outside of that, he's filming everything. He filmed his entire 16-hour drive on a GoPro in his car from Los Angeles to Oregon, so that he has all this footage for his editor to cut. Okay, now that we're clearly into the second act, there is a lesson in screenwriting where the second act, after you've told the audience what the protagonist's goal is, you throw everything possible in the way of your protagonist reaching that goal. And this video, if you've watched it, you know there are so many things in the way of this protagonist reaching his goal of getting the Legos back that it almost feels written. That's the part that I find so unbelievable, is that this actually happened.
Oh, I called one of them to find out why.
So they were threatening legal action against us. You know, Bricks and Minifigs, which is a pretty big...
The first big obstacle is that he finds this group of YouTubers that are already trying to do this, and they get shut down.
He's been supposed to be getting a hold of corporate.
Here's the first example of Reckless Ben doing what he does so well in this video, is that he shows you a problem, and then without having to say, okay, here's our new problem to figure out, let's go figure it out, he says, oh wait, I've already got this problem figured out because I did this beforehand. That way, you're still, barreling through this video. You're not waiting on anything. Here's the problem, here's my answer. He does that so many times over this hour and 25 minutes of just presenting a problem, only to say it's actually not a problem because we went back and did all this and I can walk you through it, but let's just keep the story progressing. And now we're back here with the manager saying, hey, here's the problem you presented us, but we've already solved it. So let's get to the next problem. Okay, I know I talked about how the first 50 seconds is the first act of this video, and for most YouTube videos, that's correct. But we're dealing with an hour and 25-minute video. This is a documentary. This is a full feature-length film, whether you believe it or not, because it's on YouTube and done by Reckless Ben, it is. So within that constraint, the first act would be over at minute 25. So I'm going to keep going through this and see if we do have a clear act break around the 25 to 30 minute mark. But just within operating as is a full documentary, and we're still in the first act, he's done a brilliant job. We're 12 minutes and 53 seconds in, and he's introduced all of the villains. We've got the Bricks and Minifig store owner, the manager, the police who become, the villain later. And now we're introduced at the 12-minute, 53-second mark. I don't even know how to say his name, some Mormon name, who is the CEO of Bricks and Minifig. So in the first 12 minutes, just like any good movie, you're introduced to all your villains and all your obstacles and all the levels you're going to have to complete to finish your objective.
So what's going on?
And what immediately happens? You think, oh, I'm to the big bad guy now. I can finally get all my problems solved. I'm Mario fighting Bowser. This is the end, right? And so he confronts the CEO, and the first thing he says is, I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have him. Immediately causing a problem that in some ways feels impossible to solve.
I have to find it a different way.
I love these cutbacks to all the guys involved at the hotel room. It very much feels like Ocean's 11, where they're planning the heist, and he's acquired, Ben Reckless's 11 to do this heist. And this inside view on it is such a cool angle of, like, we're not just gonna show you what we did to get this back. We're gonna show you like how we came up with the ideas and make you again feel a part of this whole investigation and process. It's a really smart thing, which I assume was intentional, but if it was unintentional, wow. Okay, there's something that happens a lot in this video, and I am having a hard time figuring out why it happens, but I'm going to kind of give you my theory of why it happens. There are moments like right here where it cuts to black. It almost feels like it cuts to black every 5 minutes, almost in a way that it shouldn't. And in a way it kind of feels like a mess up, but by design or to catch you off guard. One, I don't expect Reckless Ben or the editors that he has working on this to be, Oscar level directors, although they are. Honestly, they really kind of are. But what I think is happening is it's shocking you to be like, oh, I need to pay attention, or there's going to be so many ad breaks on YouTube in an hour and a half video, and they all kind of look like this. So if he's getting you used to that, then you'll kind of second guess when the ads are coming, which I don't know. I think a lot of people click off when they see an ad or whatever. So I think this kind of confusion of what's going to actually be an ad break or what's not helps in some way. This is like a working theory. The other one is just it's a good dramatic beat, but it's used a lot. So it feels weird to just use it as a dramatic beat. It also could be, I've worked for larger companies where it was a team of us editing an episode. So I worked for Raycom Sports for a while, and we were editing a 22-minute episode of television, but there was, I think, 7 editors editing it. I was responsible for like a 1.5 to 2 minute section, like 3 of those throughout the video. So it could be a team of editors working on certain sections and putting them together, and you're seeing kind of that mark of when the next editor and the next section takes over. That's low on my theories of why he does this. But it's one of the most intriguing things, and I can't figure out why as of yet. If you have any kind of theory, please comment. All right, I think I was right. I don't know. I'm not inside the mind of Reckless Ben and his team putting this together, but we're at 26 minutes and 6 seconds, right around that 25-minute mark, and he literally displays it, like draws you a map of what they actually need to do over the course of this entire thing, which ends Act 1, gives you a real concrete goal of what they're trying to do. And then now we're going to barrel into Act 2 and Act 3 of this documentary. Okay, in the first 26 minutes, Lego is said 35 times. Legos, which I know is not correct, but it should be, is said 21 times. Lego Collection is said twice. Star Wars Lego is said twice. And World's Largest Lego Star Wars Collection is said 4 times in the first act of this video, in the first 25 minutes. I think overall, World's Largest Star Wars Collection is said 10 times throughout the video, which is a lot because once you've heard it twice, you know it's the world's largest, although it's not, but it's helping the algorithm. So him saying that over and over again, I think is genius and something that I try to do within my videos. But I think that this is a good place to stop for this video. I think if you guys like this, please comment below and tell me if you like this. I'll make more on this topic. I thought I could do it all in one video, but there's just so much more, and we haven't even gotten to some of the stuff that I think he's doing that's so incredible yet. So leave a comment below if you want to see more from this series. If you found any of this helpful or intriguing, please tell me in the comments below, and thank you for watching.